of the SFPUC, and thank you very much for coming today. It's a gorgeous day for a sunset solar discussion. And everybody always says, sunset, solar, city, sun, isn't it a perfect day for it? What you have before you is one of the largest reservoirs in San Francisco. This serves over half the people of San Francisco for its water. And now we have the equivalent of 24,000 photovoltaic panels out here, 12 football fields of solar. That's enough solar to give us 5 megawatts of solar, which triples the solar output in San Francisco. To give you an idea of what you do with that, Lincoln High School up there is one of the largest high schools in San Francisco. This reservoir will produce enough power to light up Lincoln High School for 6.5 years in 1 year at this reservoir. It provides enough solar and enough energy for 1,100 homes in San Francisco. It's a start, but it's part of the city's green plan. It adds to the city's hydropower, which is a greenhouse-free power system for San Francisco. And it's not just for City Hall, and it's not just for the hospitals and Muni Railway, but in a few more months, it's also going to be powering the homes that will be built in Hunters Point. The Hunters Point Shipyard Development Program will be the first 100% greenhouse-free electricity at a retail level in San Francisco, because we'll be bringing that power to them, hydropower from Hetchy, solar power from Sunset Reservoir. So it's a good day for all of us to be celebrating all of that. Obviously, this would not happen without a lot of partners, but the key person who was the most influential in doing all of this is the mayor of San Francisco. Clearly, during his term as mayor, we've made incredible strides in terms of all the kinds of clean, green things we want to do. And the mayor's here to actually finally say, this is up, it's running, testing is complete, and we're going to get power out of this reservoir. Mayor.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Ed, and thank you to your leadership, and thank you to the commissioners of the PUC, and of course all the staff at the Public Utilities Commission that's here today. In particular, let me extend my appreciation to the two city representatives that are behind me as well, and that is our local district supervisor, Carmen Chu, and Supervisor Eric Marr. Both were instrumental in helping process this project along. It got stuck for all kinds of reasons. Nothing is ever as easy as it may appear. All kinds of details and nuances around a power purchasing agreement, and all kinds of issues associated with making sure that we provided the right kind of workforce to actually install these 24,000 panels. All of that was finally worked out. Barbara Hale and her leadership at the PUC was instrumental in working with Recurrent and putting together this power purchasing agreement and getting the support at the Board of Supervisors, and eventually getting 75 people to work, 21 of them from disadvantaged backgrounds through our workforce training programs, and half from the city and county of San Francisco proper, working to install these 24,000 panels. I don't know if you've had this opportunity. Of course, maybe I'm just looking out for it. I always get window seats when I fly out of SFO, but nothing honestly is more thrilling than coming around and looking down at this project. I'm not saying you can see it from space, but you can certainly see it from a few thousand feet up, and it just gives you a great sense of pride and expectation and hope that similar projects like this could be done not only throughout San Francisco, but all across this state and all across this country. It's limitless. The capacity we have to do these kinds of projects. And with creative financing strategies and with these power purchase agreements, these are easy things to do ultimately in terms of addressing the upfront capital needs. They can easily be financed and easily be advanced in a way that addresses our general fund budget shortfalls, et cetera. So this is really, from my perspective, a model project. As Ed said, it triples our municipally owned solar output, gets us to 7 megawatts of production. Again, still scratching the surface, but this represents the largest municipally owned project in the state of California. I mean, here's a state of 38 million people, and this, what you see right here today, is the biggest of any of the other municipally owned projects in the state, one of the largest in the United States of America. And again, we're still barely scratching the surface. So to the optimism that all of us share today, getting this thing off the ground and getting this thing up and running, and to the great work that lies ahead, to wit, my final point. We have done an enormous amount with our local global climate action plan. I always call it a local global climate action plan, but it's a local climate action plan that calls to roll back our greenhouse gas emissions 20% below 1990 levels by 2012. Don't worry about that. We've already rolled them back 7% below, and that came out with our 2008 numbers. Those were just unveiled a few months back. It takes a couple years to analyze the data. It's first municipal city, or rather first city to put up its greenhouse gas emissions to third-party review. So these are real numbers. Why is that important? Well, it's given us a real confidence and optimism that we can reach some of our stretch goals, and we're going to create a new stretch goal today. We have convened, or we're in the process of working to convene, a task force led by some of the folks you see behind me in front of you that will represent the diversity that was represented in this planning process to put together a new goal, and that's to have 100% of the electricity that is drawn down in San Francisco, not just public, but also private, 100% of it to be renewable by 2020. It may sound audacious to some and ridiculous to others, but it's absolutely achievable from my perspective. This is exactly how you do it. What we're already doing at Achechi and what we have done with our municipal load leads the nation. What we are doing in terms of increasing our private sector participation, now 2,100 solar installations that have been put up in our city alone. We are now leading. Last year, there was no other big city in America that installed more solar than San Francisco. We can get there with our extraordinary work we've done on energy efficiency, 45 megawatts of energy saved with our energy efficiency programs. Again, we're barely scratching the surface with our biogas strategies, these cogeneration strategies that Ed and his team have perfected down at our wastewater facility, taking methane gas and converting it into energy production. All of these things, the urban wind efforts and the offshore power that we're going to create, and I'll tell you, it is good to be Lieutenant Governor because I'm on the Ocean Protection Council and I'll be chair of the State Lands Commission. We will get the Ocean Power Project done right off the coast here, California, right off Ocean Beach. With all of these things, that's up to 100 megawatts on the high end of potential power generation. We'll do a small pilot, hopefully as early as the end of next year, the early part of 2013. All of these things put together in the aggregate, I'm absolutely confident we can get there. So that's what we're also announcing today, and I look forward to being a big partner for this city in helping it steward that process. And all of this combines nicely, final words, to AB 32 and the implementation of AB 32 by 2020. To roll back our greenhouse gas emissions to state to 1990 levels. There is no question we can achieve that, and there's no question San Francisco needs to be on the forefront in order for us to achieve that, which means we're going to have to do more than any other big city in this state, as we always do. If we can do it, then the state will achieve its goals and will once again reignite a national debate and once again prove the leadership that has been a great part of our heritage and proud past in terms of environmental stewardship. So congrats to everybody. Thanks again to Eric Marr and to Carmen Chu for stewarding this, and to Joanna and the team and the Department of Environment. All great job. Melanie and Jared Bloomfeld and Abstentia. Thanks for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. And as the Mayor indicated, this doesn't happen without a lot of work in City Hall. The best things happen when they collaborate between the Mayor and the Board of Supervisors. We have today with us two of the leaders in this effort. Carmen Chu was the key sponsor of this legislation, and Eric Marr was the key vote to make sure we got this passed. And so I'd like them to come up here. Carmen Chu, please.
Thank you, Ed, and congratulations to not only the mayor for his leadership on this project, to my colleague Eric Marr, who was the key in deciding vote on this matter, but also to the departments who really worked hard to get this package together. Department of the Environment, the PUC. Without the hardworking staff, we wouldn't be at this step today. The mayor had talked about how it was so exciting to be able to fly over San Francisco and see the solar projects. I can tell you it's just as exciting driving by the solar reservoir every single day and seeing one panel go up and two panels go up, and then finally all of them seem to be up. So again, it's just very exciting to be the District 4 supervisor, to be the home of the Sunset Reservoir Project, the solar panels here. The Sunset really is a cool place to be. I'll tell you, just 2 weeks ago, we actually opened up the first LEED certified public library in the entire city, the first one ever at the Parkside on Taraval Street, and now we are the home of the Sunset Solar Project. And so the Sunset truly is a cool place to be, not just literally. And again, I just want to say thank you to all of the amazing staff members who really helped to put this together. It's exciting to see the panels up, to see them generating power for the city, to see the people who have been employed by this, who now have job skills that they're able to take on to other future projects. So again, thank you to all the staff, thank you to the mayor, and thank you to my colleagues on the board for supporting this.
Thank you, Supervisor. And as many of us know, you get a lot done with the sponsor at the board. It takes 6 votes to do a lot of things at the Board of Supervisors these days, and Eric Marr was the 6th vote for this.
Yeah, I think I'm getting way too much credit. This is a tremendous partnership from the mayor's office, Johanna and Wade, the Department of the Environment, the PUC, and many community-based organizations that really advocated for the future. I used to take my daughter to the swings that are right on the corner there that you can overlook Lincoln High School. And I know that this is a great educational opportunity to teach about how we need to have a sustainable future for our children. I also wanted to say that when we were here a few months ago, there were only a few panels, but these 12 football fields worth of 24,000 sea of panels is amazing, and it's what a great teaching moment for our kids. Also, I'm just proud to be here with the mayor and Carmen Chu and everyone to be part of this important partnership. The green jobs and the local jobs that were created are also incredible, but even to think about that this is clean and green power that's going to generate up to power for about 10,000 homes, or it can power San Francisco General or the airport. It's just amazing, and I'm proud to be here with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. And there are some people from the PUC we want to thank today. Barbara Hale is the Assistant General Manager of the PUC in charge of the power operations. John Doyle is here. We also have Lori Mitchell, Jamie Seidel, and the entire renewable energy team, so thank you very much. The other great partner, obviously, are the people who built this. Arno Harris is here from Recurrent Energy. If you recall the discussion, to get this done, it was a private-public partnership because we wanted to take advantage of the federal tax law that allows us to get a 30% reimbursement, but cities can't take that. And so we had to have an outside company help us with that. This will save us $26 million over the life of this project that the city would have had to spend if we hadn't gotten into that private-public partnership. And so Arno Harris is here today. Thank you, Arno.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Supervisors. It's thrilling to be here on this day when we're finally getting to turn this on and generate power for the city. Recurrent Energy has a unique role in this project in that we're the owner and operator of the system selling electricity to the utility. So it's a shining example of the way in which we can deploy tens of millions of dollars of private capital to partner with the city and deliver an important piece of public infrastructure that ultimately is delivering tremendous environmental benefit and tremendous community benefit. We're very, very proud to have played that role here, and I think it's also exciting to us as an example of the way in which we're rethinking where and how generation can be located. You know, what's exciting about this project is also the fact that we're doing a kind of urban infill generation, and that we're taking an otherwise unused space, filling it with solar panels, absorbing sunlight, generating clean electricity that can be delivered right where it's going to be used. So we're putting a power plant right in the middle of an area where electricity is going to be used. That's very exciting as well. The other thing for, I think us is really recognizing that this project has very literally put us on the map. And I don't usually like to correct the mayor, but you actually can see this project from space. All right. If you go onto Google and you look up Sunset Reservoir and click on the satellite imagery, you'll actually see this project in all its glory as viewed from way up there. So another tremendous reflection of the scale. As everyone up here has noted, these kinds of things don't happen without a lot of vision and leadership. So we're very thankful for the role that we're playing and the opportunity to do this. Very thankful to the mayor for his vision, for his leadership, and steadfast support of the project. To Supervisor Chu for his sponsorship, Supervisor Marr for his support, for our friends and colleagues at the SFPUC, particularly Ed Harrington, Barbara Hale, thank you, and to the rest of the team. To the partners that really helped us to build this thing, Bass Electric, Rosendon Electric, Anuzi Contractors, and the tremendous support we received as a team from City Build, very important program that helped us to find workers sourced locally here, create those real local jobs that we all talk about, and put those people to work learning new skills and helping to build this project here. And thanks also to all of the support that we received from the local solar community, particularly from Vote Solar, from the Sierra Club, and from Brightline Defense. We're really thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Arno. And the last speaker for today, Melanie Nutter is the head of our Department of Environment. They're our partner in all the things that we do, and they're going to be the lead agency working on that 10-year plan for San Francisco to be greenhouse gas free. Melanie.
Great. Thanks, Ed. Good afternoon. My name is Melanie Nutter. I'm the director of the San Francisco Department of the Environment, and I'm pleased to be here today at this press conference. As you've heard, San Francisco does have very ambitious greenhouse gas emission goals. And to reach our goals, we need to eliminate our dependence on fossil fuels. I'm optimistic, though, that in 10 years, San Francisco will meet the mayor's challenge to be 100% renewable citywide. I'd like to thank the Frank Foundation for helping us to chart this course that will ensure 100% renewable electricity in San Francisco by 2020. The Frank Foundation has been a stellar department for the San Francisco Department of the Environment and for the city. Our renewable energy programs have an established history with the Foundation since they have provided previous funding for our exploratory work on tidal power and wave power. This current grant will fund a planning process that will develop a roadmap to 100% renewable energy. We will work with the Mayor's Task Force to convene stakeholders in city agencies, PG&E, and visionary renewable energy experts to make sure that our plan is both informed and achievable. Currently, about 30% of San Francisco's electricity comes from zero-emission sources. So we certainly do have a challenge ahead of us, but it is not an insurmountable goal. Some may say it's an impossible goal, but the naysayers said the same thing about our San Francisco recycling goals. They said that we would never be able to achieve 75% diversion rate by 2010, and we have in fact reached a 77% diversion rate. So I know that we can achieve this 100% renewably generated electricity and continue to be a climate leader at the vanguard of renewable energy. Just wanted to mention, as the mayor had said, there's a number of different ways to achieve this goal. That does include a number of different power sources, looking at solar, a great example of which you see here today, wind power, wave power, and also energy efficiency is, of course, a very big part of the mix of ensuring that we can reach our goals. Just to highlight a couple of the programs in San Francisco that are just the beginning of our 100% renewable goal. The Go Solar SF program provides solar incentives to residences, businesses, and nonprofits to install solar on their buildings. 15 megawatts of solar projects, over 2,100 solar installations have been installed, and 45 new green jobs have been created citywide. In regards to wave power, in addition to employing more solar installations, the potential to harness wave power off of our coast is very promising. The city has placed test buoys off of Ocean Beach to measure wave power during a variety of conditions and have identified 30 to 100 megawatts of potential wave power generation off of the coast. And finally, for wind, wind is a renewable source to be factored into this mix. Our department is modeling urban wind flows and developing a first-of-its-kind web-based wind map to improve the understanding of our wind resource, much like the solar map that we have here in San Francisco. And finally, hand in hand with developing renewables, we must reduce our energy demand. The more efficiently we use our electricity, the less of it we will need to produce, of course. San Francisco has undertaken several major efforts to improve our energy efficiency, which the mayor referenced today. So in summary, working in concert with the mayor's 100% renewable task force, PG&E, city agencies, and renewable energy providers, the San Francisco Department of the Environment is looking forward to leading this charge and ensuring that our city can be truly green with 100% renewable power by 2020. And I did want to thank Mayor Newsom for all of his leadership on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. We've been trying to figure out what the visual is here for flipping the switch. You'll notice there aren't a lot of gears going on. It just sits there. And so really, there's two guys over there in orange vests you can barely see, and the mayor's going to talk to them on the phone and tell them to flip the switch.
You guys paying attention?
Can you go by the mic?
Oh, geez, they actually are there. All right. Well, we'll do a countdown. We'll do like, well, listen, we'll do 5, 4. You got that? You haven't flipped it yet, have you? All right, they pledged. Okay, we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip that switch. Unbelievable. It's live. Live? Your first switch. Second, we're all done? It's done. It's on, it's working. It's official.
Thank you all very much. I'm sure we'd answer questions if you have any, but it's pretty apparent it's a wonderful day. Thank you.
No, I didn't.